Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is really weird because the last time I filmed a video about this topic, I was crying and it was a really sad video. But this time it's a really happy video and I just wanted to come on here and explain to you what happened between Jonathan and I, because the last time I spoke about it on my YouTube channel properly, Jonathan and I had broken up. So here we are. Good to be back talking about this again. To be honest, I'm kind of nervous to film this because so many people are going to have so many different opinions, which I can totally respect. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but obviously at the end of the day, Jonathan and my opinion is the only two that really matter in this relationship. But I do want to fill you guys in on what happened just because I tell you guys everything, and I know that a lot of people can learn from these type of videos with their relationships and all of that. So yeah, let's explain. Let's do this. Okay, so pretty much what happened was Jonathan and I broke up about 6 months ago. I'm not exactly sure on the dates, but it was roughly around 6 months ago. And Jonathan and I was still on talking terms when we were separated because he was my manager. So the only thing we'd really talk about is work because he sorts through all my emails and sets up all my work and everything. So he was living with me. Okay, wow, Siri is literally writing down everything that I'm saying right now. What the fuck? That was weird. Okay, so yeah, we're broken up for 6 or so months. We both went our separate ways. We did have very little communication, and I guess we were both happy. We were both doing our own thing and everything. Well, I can only speak for myself. I was really happy. And I was happy with my decision. I didn't regret my decision at all. I was really happy with everything. And everyone that knew me was very sure, just like myself, that I wasn't going to get back with Jonathan because that was never something that I had intended that was going to happen. So 4 or so months went by of being broken up with him. And I remember I really started to miss having him around, and it didn't really hit me until I saw him when I was out one night. So just imagine me and my friends dancing, having a great time, and then little Jonathan walks past me and I look over and I'm like, oh my God. The dog's totally ruined that moment. Bindi! I remember just thinking, what the fuck have I done? It literally hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah, I was missing him. Yeah, I missed having him around. I missed him so much. But at this point when he walked past me and I saw him in person, I was like, holy shit. I've made the biggest mistake of my life. At this point, I can genuinely say this is the biggest mistake I've ever made. I just remember thinking that in my head. I'm like, I'm 100% sure that I need to be with him. I need to make things work. But in my mind, I was like, there's no way he's going to take me back. No way. And I remember telling my friends, I'm like, oh my God, I need to at least try and get him back because this is what I want 100%. I'm not going to change my mind again. I'm 100% sure. I've never been so set on something in my life. So I remember that night, my friend and I went home. I was very distraught. I was very crying a lot. I remember sitting in my bed with my best friend and we were just crying our eyes out. What the hell is going to happen? Is he going to take me back? Is he even going to want to talk to me about this? Because why would he want to talk to me if there's no work to talk about at the moment? Well, I didn't really want to work at that current state of my mind, so I wasn't doing emails or anything. But yeah, my friend and I were like, okay, well, let's sort out what you're going to say. How are you going to even try and get him back at this point? And keep in mind, I was 99% sure he was not going to take me back because he's the type of person that once you break up with someone, he's not going to he's not going to go back into it, because what's the point of breaking up if you can just sort out the argument that caused the breakup or the fight or whatever reason. If you can't if you can't solve it and you break up, then what's the point on getting back into that relationship? I just know that he's not going to take me back. So I was just crying and crying and crying, calling all of my friends, help me, what do I do? And they're like, look, you're the only person that can fix this, that can make this work. So you're going to have to go to him and tell him exactly how you feel. And I'm like, I can't, I'm too scared. I'm just so horrified of telling people how I feel because I'm always so scared that they're going to come back and laugh in my face and not take what I say seriously, or I don't know, I'm always so scared to tell people how I feel when it comes to really serious things. If it's small things, I always speak my mind. I always tell people how I feel. But in this type of situation where it's make or break, I want to get back with you. Like, I was horrified. So horrified that I completely ruined everything. The day that I went to talk to him, I begged him to talk to me. Bless his soul. I went to his house and I was like, look, so I don't want you to be my manager anymore. And the reason why I said that is because I wanted him to be more than my manager. I wanted him to be my boyfriend. And I didn't know how to say it, so I just said, I don't want you to, like, so stupid of me. Like, I literally just said exactly what I didn't want to say. Like, I just got so nervous that I said that, and I completely didn't mean to say it in that way. I meant to say, I don't want you to be my manager, but I want you, like, you know what I mean? I didn't finish off my sentence. I didn't say, but I want you to, like, oh, so annoying, because I still wanted him to be my manager. But it's just like that in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to work because he's going to start asking questions about why I don't want him to be my manager, and then I'll be able to say it, but I couldn't get the balls to say it. So I pretty much left his house and we were pretty much on like no talking terms. Like, we were done with each other. Well, he was done with me, bless. So I left like thinking, holy actual shit, I've actually fucked things up proper this time. Well, again, the next day comes around, and keep in mind that night, I've never felt like that in my life. I've never felt that upset and that helpless in my life. I literally wanted to call the ambulance. Like, I was being so dramatic. I remember texting John and being like, I need help, like, blah, blah, blah. I kept saying all this shit to him, and he was obviously so confused because of what I just said to him about me not wanting him to be my manager. And he's just like, look, you need to seriously speak to someone because you're obviously going through a really hard time. You're not taking this breakup really well. And little did he know why I wasn't taking the breakup well, because I didn't want to be in a breakup with him anymore. I wanted to be with him. I finally ended up going to meet with him. We went to sushi this time because he was working. So we went on his break. So we had an hour to talk. And he was obviously really confused about why we're meeting up again. And I remember sitting at the table, and I went to the back corner of the sushi room because I didn't want anyone to see me, because I knew I was going to cry, because I knew that he wasn't going to take me back. Like, why would he, after everything I put him through? Like, why did I have to get to this point to realize, like, I want to be with you? So that's where my mindset was at. I was like, there's no way, but I have to try. I remember just talking shit. Like, I didn't know what I was saying. And then I'm like, Shani, like in my head, I was like, say it. So I was like, would you ever give me another chance? I don't know if it was exactly those words, but it was something like that. And I just remember his face was like, what the fuck is this girl on? Is she serious? I was pretty much just saying, like, I'll do anything to be with you. I'll do anything to make this work. Please give me another chance. I was like quite literally begging. And in my mind, I thought he was like laughing at me in his head, saying like, what is she talking about? Why is she even saying this shit? Like, why is she even trying? Like, I'm not going to give her another chance. But his reaction actually really shocked me. He was like, you have to prove to me that you actually want me back this time. You're not just like changing your mind again. And I was like, oh my God, like that's when it hit me. Oh, keep in mind, we had already changed locations. We went into his car because I was crying too much in the sushi room. He's like, we need to go to the car. So once we're in the car, he's like, you need to prove to me that you actually want to be with me. And I was like, I'll do anything, honestly. So at this point, I was pretty happy. I left. I went home with a massive smile on my face because he was actually considering giving me another chance. It wasn't a no. So I was running with the maybe. And then I just started like always asking him if he wanted help with whatever he was doing, if he wanted to go to the movies, get dinner, blah, blah, blah. Just like when you first start seeing someone, like that's pretty much how I was acting. But it was like one-sided. I was like asking all the time, like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Blah, 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 blah. Do you need help with this? Blah, blah, blah. Let me fucking lick your toes while I'm at it. That's pretty much how it went. And I wouldn't expect anything less. To be honest, if I was in his position, I probably wouldn't have taken me back after everything we went through. Don't think I would have. But yeah, here we are. Jonathan and I are back together. We kept it really quiet for a while because I didn't want other people's opinions changing the way he thought about me, or I don't know, I just didn't want anyone's opinion in our relationship because at that stage it was so delicate and I didn't want anything to ruin it, so I kept it very private. People were saying like, you're doing this for attention, and I'm like, honey, no, I'm doing this because I want to be with him and I don't want anything or anyone to ruin it. And like now I can say like I literally want to spend the rest of my life with him, and like before the breakup I didn't say that, like I couldn't say that, like I didn't want to say it, but now I'm like 100% sure. My mind is not going to change. Like I'm set on this, and I know when I'm set on something, like nothing can change it. If you've gone through breakups before, then trust me, I know how you feel. If you're going through one right now, just hang in there. It will get better. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Thanks so much for supporting me throughout this whole breakup, throughout everything. I honestly appreciate it so much. Like without you guys, oh my God, that would have been so much harder. Even though I didn't really talk about it that much, I'm happy that I can explain to you now what's happened, and hopefully you guys can learn from it. We can only go up from here, girl. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye. Wow, that was very manly. What's going on?